Yo, what up? Good morning, GMG. Monday, May 19th, 2025. Look at that, another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. I got my co-host in the house, Tyler. Mando, good morning. How you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm good, I'm just tired. Tyler, how you doing today?
I'm good. Also a little tired. So I don't have the biggest social life these days, but I did go out last night. I was out at dinner and I missed all the crazy price action into close, which is probably a good thing because I would have been euphoric and screaming on the timeline in all caps. Most likely. Just to have it all
on a Sunday night. I like that. I can't do Sunday night or else I'm dead on Monday. This consensus week, that was a lot. It was a lot. Then we had our event Friday.
Yeah. How was it?
Yeah, we had our event on Friday. It was a banger, but it was like a 7-hour long event. I'm never doing that again. Shout out to Pero though, another live. That was fun. It was worth it. But we started 3 p.m. so show up at 2, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? And then our event ran to like 10:30. And then I had to fly the next day. But it was great. It was successful. We had over like 300, 400, 500 people. I don't even know. We had 2,000 signups. It was the official after party of Consensus that we threw. Yeah, so it was like, it was everyone. Everyone was there. It was great. Shout out to everybody who showed up. A lot of you are listeners to the show. So shout out to you guys for pulling up. And this week, I'm on the road again on Wednesday for like 36 hours. Have to go to Solana Accelerate. Yeah, big week for Solana actually. They have a massive event in New York, like really, really big. It's impressive. Like a lot of people heading there. It's a whole week long, but I'm just gonna go for like 2 nights. But yeah, it's a lot, but we're almost there. It's usually first half of the year is a lot. Then there's nothing until like September. So we'll be over it. But yeah, Consensus was great. I think I told you guys last week, it was super successful and the event went overall amazing. And we even got Drake cardboard cutout appearance at the event. So you can say Drake showed up, Anyways, the other show, I mean, look, Tyler kind of alluded to that right now, but we're gonna go through the market. Watching the close last night was like watching live sports. It was so fun. I just had like the 15-minute charts on for Bitcoin. I was looking at it. Let's go, fucking go. So that was fun. Highest weekly close for Bitcoin in history. So that's a historical night. Yeah, it's a historical Sunday. So we'll talk about that. What's next? We'll see. I mean, are we expecting all-time highs this week? It looks like that's quite consensus, but we'll see what happens on the market side. Tyler's top 100. Quite a bit of news. Yeet giveaway, so make sure you sign up to yeet.com. There's gonna be a code given during the show. You go to raffleball.xyz, enter it, and you'll be able to win some money. We've given away over 20 grand already, so make sure you sign up to that. And as usual, our show is powered by Wallet Connect. Wallet Connect is a connectivity network shaping the future of on-chain UX. If you've connected to Web3 app, you've seen Wallet Connect. That blue logo, it's everywhere. An icon of trust in crypto, as recognizable as Visa at checkout. Want to learn more? Follow Wallet Connect on X and Telegram to stay ahead of what's next. Mando, what's next?
Who is the man, macro daddy of the land? Can you dig it?
Yeah, it was a bit of a wild last 24 hours. I went to bed and I missed all of it too, but I woke up and the market was down, but then I heard it hit 107 briefly on last night. So it was the highest weekly ever close for Bitcoin. You saw Bitcoin dominance actually go up during this period, mainly because ETH underperformed, although it's less aggressive now than it was at one point yesterday. But you have seen most other L1s have gone slightly lower today. Solana's back to 161. ETH is 2,435. Bitcoin is still at 103K. So Bitcoin hasn't really moved, but most L1s and alts are down. So Bitcoin dominance went back up to around 64% over the last 24 hours, although it hasn't pushed on to new highs from there. So we'll see where that one ends up. This week we have an interesting week. I think they're still going to see some headlines from this world tour that obviously Trump is doing. He's come back from the Gulf and had a number of different things to mention. For macro actual data, it's not that high. We just have global PMIs and some home sales data, and there's been a lot of weakness in the housing market in the US in particular. So that might have some feed through. The main thing today on macro has been the downgrade, which happened on Friday night from Moody's. Moody's is a credit rating agency. You probably only heard about them from 2008, but they generally give a credit rating essentially, like you would get at a bank, for corporates and for governments, and they downgraded the US from the highest level to like the second highest level, basically. And the reason for that was just high deficits and high debt. This did cause a big sell-off when this last happened, although that was slightly linked to COVID. This time it's caused a little bit of a sell-off. The main thing has been, though, that the 10-year again continues to push higher. So we've got US 10-year is now, let me look at it now. Yeah, 4.5%. So we're heading back higher. 30-year is comfortably above 5% too. So all this hope of lower rates with fiscal prudence, let's say, seems to be a bit behind us at the moment, which has gotten people a little bit bearish. People don't like it when bond yields go higher, and bond yields have been going higher in pretty much every geography too. So this is sometimes not a great scenario. You can't read that much into it, but yeah, if bond yields go up to like 5 or 6%, then it would be worrying, I would say, at least for like the fiscal situation in the US. Their ability to actually fund things would be definitely impacted if that was to continue. Japan similarly is having a bunch of its bond yields go to multi-years highs at the moment, which isn't the best look. For Bitcoin, for everything else, we've had a few more corporates come out and say they're going to buy Bitcoin. There's a corporate that came out, Basel Medical Group, said they're going to buy $1 billion of Bitcoin. Then you have Metaplanet buy another 104 million, which is a good sign. And but for the other ones, the only SOL headline, or the biggest SOL headline I saw is that MetaMask, because it looks like they're about to support Solana from this month.
Well, there's going to be a lot of headlines this week for Solana, right? It's like their big week.
Yeah,
it's like their break point, but in New York this time.
Yeah, this is their big week for announcements. Yeah. So,
and they always make sure to have some, right?
Yeah, and then hopefully they get taken well this time. You know, feels as though it's underperformed largely, Solana here. So hopefully it has some room for like good headlines, lead to outperformance for a little bit. Big winners over the weekend. It's the same ones really. Kaito is still doing really well. Still around $2 there. Virtuals has had a good, staying strong in the AI ecosystem. Most other things took a bit of a bath. And in meme coins, definitely got a bunch of meme coins that didn't have a great weekend, I would say, or at least like treading water. I think mainly that's just general altcoins underperforming.
Yeah,
that has caused that. But yeah, I'm still bullish. Retcoin actually has probably been genuinely has been the best performing altcoin, meme coin of.
It looks ridiculous. It actually looks insane. This is insane. I saw that right before the show too, by the way. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is nuts.
Yeah.
Like, it's just ready to. I mean, I'm assuming, obviously, we're all back bias here, but I'm assuming a push to all-time high next, right? So.
Here's hoping. Here's hoping.
Yep. Here's the hoping. You know, I think I would love that. I would definitely love to see that at $1 billion. Anyways, he's got a new flavor coming out. What do you guys think it is? It's weird because it's the same color as Coinbase, OpenSea, and Circle. So he's playing mind games here with people. You know what I mean? He's like trying to see what flavor do you guys think it is? I mean, Mando knows, but actually, I think I know too.
I mean, it seems like base is like somehow some tying the base seems obvious. I guessed base berry, but Burn laid out the case for just base, and then it's not going to be flavored. It's just going to be pure sparkling water, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting theory. I gotta give him credit for that.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. Anyways, that's a good roundup, Mando. Timeline. I was gonna say consensus was all-time high, but after last night, I changed my mind because yesterday I was like, "Fuck, everyone's going for all-time high this week," and then I looked at the timeline. It seemed a lot of people, including Zora and Cole, who's aggressively back on the timeline. Shorting the shit out of the market. It's calling for much lower before higher. I mean, what's your feeling about this here? Like, it looks like we're bouncing this morning. Obviously, it was a little too hot last night. Like, the close was honestly like fireworks. It was so much fun to watch, boys. And I knew, I was like, okay, I'm way too excited. This is gonna dump for sure. But what do you what's your timeline for like an all-time high hit? Like, we're close. We're close. What do you think happens here?
I think it would be a highly likely that we're going to hit all-time high this, or at least go for it this week. You don't get. I mean, it's got to be. There's a lot of air in terms of resistance between here and all-time high. I thought we'd go there straight away as soon as we broke above 100, because there's not really a lot of like, oh, you got to get through this crazy level. It's just like
took like 3 weeks, right? After we broke 100, 2 weeks, yeah. That's the
Yeah.
weekly. So what a chart though. It just looks like you gotta hang that in the Louvre if we break higher. It's like we're gonna have to put it at the MoMA or something. This is nice. Love to see that. And so what does that mean for I mean, this altcoin market? Every time you think it's gonna be alt season, you kind of get humbled by Bitcoin. It's insane. Like, even last week, and there's a clip that FOMO Hour posted of us talking about this. Remember Raul Powell's calling for the top of Bitcoin dominance? A lot of people said it, and we discussed it, us three. We didn't disagree and we didn't agree, but we were just like, okay, like that would make sense. Like, what do you think here? Like, this is just, again, like a Bitcoin-led rally, it seems like. Altcoins just got smacked back down yesterday, starting with ETH and Solana.
Yeah, so I maybe I am just a bulltard, but I am all in on ETH still. Like, I think this is the one that's going to move. So I'm still bearish on Bitcoin dominance for at least for the next few weeks. I think we've got another leg of this altcoin move, basically.
Look at this though. This is so nuts. It's like every time, like here, people were calling the end of BTCD, and right there, it just like decides to say fuck you to all of us.
And if you didn't think that could happen, then you don't know Bitcoin dominance.
Yeah, you're right.
And I think you are betting.
It happened here too, right? And then again here.
Wildly against the trend, but I do think that this is the time where you're going to see. I don't know about other altcoins. Like, this is what I've said. I just think this is the time for Ethan. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If he dies, he dies.
If he dies, he dies. I mean, let's look at our ETH beta here. Pepe, strong above 5.4 billion, tried to crack above 6 something a few times, but it didn't really go down below 5 billion at all on this retrace, which you'll love to see. MOG actually has been ranging in that $400 million range pretty heavily, which is good. Good sign, usually. A little handle, right? You would like this. Tyler's favorite little move here. And then Rect, Rect is Rect. And Rect obviously has a lot going on for it. And you had OV spearheading that on the timeline. So that's good. Is there any other ETH beta that you guys are following? Like, are you guys following like Aave or like Lido or like those, like the utility alt betas to ETH, or just strictly ETH and ETH memes?
As in, like, what am I buying? I'm just buying ETH.
No, like ETH, yeah. So are you like because are you looking at ETH altcoins like the Lidos of this world, etc., or just not at all?
No.
Okay.
To be fair, like, I think the thing that may outperform here is ETH. I've said this a couple of times.
No, you've said it. Yeah.
That I just think that if you think that ETH is going to outperform, make sure you own some ETH.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm trying to find the chart of the Ethereum ecosystem here on thing, but it's weird because it has like Chainlink, Shiba in there, BitGet, and everything. So it's tough to find like the proper coin market cap of ETH and ETH altcoins. But it even looks like the L2s are not performing very well on this last run. So, anyways, okay, that's a good market roundup. Hopefully, we get our little all-time high on Bitcoin this week, followed by an alt run. Please, alt season, when? I need you. Tyler, what was a weekend pack with you? Let's see what you got.
For daily NFT and crypto analysis. Tyler D on FOMO hour, cause the kids can't miss.
Read about some bears. Yeah, folks, crypto majors slightly red here this morning after a roller coaster Sunday. As Mano mentioned, we hit all-time high weekly close on Bitcoin right around 106.5, but have since sold off a bit since then. The U.S. stablecoin bill, the Genius Act, it looks like it might pass the Senate. It's gearing up for a big vote
Okay.
this week. So that is going to be a big story to watch. Jack Dorsey is back and endorsing this BIP Bitcoin Improvement Proposal 177, which effectively would change the unit bias of Bitcoin back to Satoshis. So Satoshi would become Bitcoin. Current Bitcoin would be like mega Bitcoin. So the price of Bitcoin would be like 0.001 cents or dollars. So big potential change, and there's a big discussion underway on the timeline for that. The other Bitcoin news, 14 U.S. states are long Bitcoin via MicroStrategy, combined $630 million in exposure. So 2/3 of $1 billion already in the States. Sailor bought another $765 million at a 103.5 average. Metaplanet bought another 1,000. The DeFi development stock, previously Janover, soared 75% on Friday after they announced a new partnership with BONK. So that stock now over $300 million in market cap. Galaxy Digital began trading on the NASDAQ on Friday. Basel Medical Group's the latest company set to acquire Bitcoin for their treasury up to $1 billion. Interesting headline, crypto venture capital now projected to exceed $18 billion in 2025. So a lot more investment happening than perhaps folks see on a day-to-day basis. Steak and Shake announced they're going to start accepting Bitcoin as payment across all their locations in the U.S. And if you remember that fake SEC Bitcoin ETF approval announcement that sent Bitcoin up briefly before it was revealed.
The hack?
Fake. Yeah. The guy, an Alabama man, was behind that. He got sentenced to 14 months in prison
What a fucking idiot.
for that tweet.
That's the one where he hacked the Gary or SEC. It was the account, right? Took over the account.
Yeah, they took over the SEC account for that one.
What an idiot.
So he's going to pay his time. In token airdrop and protocol news, Meteora rolled out some big upgrades this morning to support apps like the Believe app and Time.fun. It features things like single-sided fees, dynamic pricing, and sniper protection, and more. Infinex dominated mindshare over the weekend, folks, after the launch of its $6 million Yap Run rewards program. It looks like Open Ledger and now Huma Finance announced their own reward programs this weekend as well. So these keep coming out. Yappers are going to keep yapping and get rewarded for it. Rounding this out, AI market cap fell 5%, $10 billion. Virtuals announced its new staking program as a shift in how its Virgin Points program is going to work. Previously, you just had to hold passively. Now you have to stake those coins to get your points. Meme coins are red. The launch coin ecosystem holding right around 370 million in total size. Launch coin holding at 207 million. Still the leader. Net, KNET, was one of the runners from this weekend. It reached 12 million. A few NFT headlines, actually. Zombie CryptoPunk, 1.08 million.
Yeah.
Sale. Skull of Lucy, sold for 100 ETH on Gandhi. That was their record all-time high sale for a skull. And then these TokenWorks NFTs, an interesting new project. Kind of following, in some ways, like that proof model to a degree. They minted out 256 NFTs for 1 ETH each. And those are soulbound and not tradable. So an interesting project sell out there as well.
Interesting. So wait, what's Steak and Shake? Because we don't have that here.
Oh, you don't? Oh, man. Steak and Shake is a fast food restaurant that serves more steak forward burgers, sandwiches, fries.
So Steak and Shake. Wow, look at their main website.
Oh, it's got Bitcoin on it. Wow. They're really leaning in. I hadn't seen this.
It's literally right there.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, it's right there too. Interesting.
I would love
Is it good?
It's good. It is unhealthy, but it is good. Yes.
Like, how does it compare to, like, I don't know, like Shake Shack, for example?
I think kind of similar. I think that's a good comp. Would be Shake Shack. I'm very interested to see what kind of.
I love how beef tallow has become this thing in the US. Like it's like
what's beef tallow?
For literally everything. You haven't heard about beef tallow? It's like the new thing.
No.
If you're a man, you're into beef tallow. Like you rub it on yourself, you eat it.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
I haven't not heard about this. Like, so how have I not heard about this?
The story is like the McDonald's fries. Then the bounce fries, the OG ones, were made using tallow. And
What's
then
tallow? Like, what does it mean? Like, what's?
like
I've
fat.
never heard this
Fat.
word.
beef
It's
fat.
like
Oh,
lard.
it's fat. And you
And
like rub
then
it on yourself?
Well, no, they like fry it. They fry
This has become a thing to have tallow sunscreen. This is the thing. It's an alpha male thing to have beef tallow.
Skylar gets it.
Is this like the Liver King type thing? Like, what do we? Wait, is this like?
That's how they start every recipe. Beef tallow is like the thing. And what I love about it is it's not like it's super healthy. Like beef tallow is literally fat from a cow. So instead of butter, which is fat from the milk, right? Or vegetable oil, which is vegetable fat. This is just fat from a cow. And yet it's seen as like some like, oh my God, it's the healthy way to eat fat.
Wait, people are you're not joking? Like, people are actually doing that?
Brother, it's like the thing.
What do you mean? Is the thing? Like, I've never. The fuck is wrong with people?
Yeah, it's because seed oils are the thing for too long. It's just if you want to feel better about eating fat, you now have beef tallow. That's basically what it is, and it can be
Okay.
used for lots of different things.
So Tyler, is that how you bench so much? Like, are you rubbing beef
I've
tallow on
replaced
your body?
sunscreen with beef tallow. I rub beef tallow all over myself and all over my children.
Oh wow! So some people are claiming, well, TikTok is claiming that it healed people's eczema, acne, and
This
It's
is
the new
wild.
apple cider vinegar, you know.
Oh, the
it's the new
smell is
apple
one of the downsides. This is hilarious.
I don't. Wow, beef tallow as a moisturizer. Damn. So that's what Steak and Shake uses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they know they're
Oh, like
going
it's
back to the
a
basics.
marketing thing now. Okay, I see.
It's 100% a marketing thing. You'll 100% the world is heading towards beef tallow and away from seed oils.
What does Brian Johnson think of beef tallow? Can we get a clip of this and see if Brian Johnson
He's
can
vegan.
answer us?
I think Brian Johnson's vegan.
Oh, he's vegan. That's okay. Okay. I'm running out. I'm behind on all these things. Like, I just started creatine like 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? Like, I'm getting a little lost in the sauce here. Or lost in the tallow, should I say.
Just forget all supplements and just have beef tallow, and you're ahead of the curve. Then do this ahead of the curve. You know.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Interesting. So beef tallow it is. I'm gonna start rubbing my hair, my body with beef tallow. Everything. All right.
100 recipes for beef tallow plus all hair and skincare routine done with it.
Do you like also rub it on your thing?
It's medical in so many ways, you know.
Got it. Well, all right. Well, if you want to fuck like a bull, you know. Okay. Someone dropped beef tallow coin. That's funny. Is it? Oh, there's tofu tallow too for the vegan crowd. Okay.
Yeah, it's not gonna
Now you know it's going mainstream.
Okay. Tofu tallow. All right. This has gone too far. We're a crypto focused show. Tyler,
Yeah.
what else do we
I'll
have?
bring us back. I think, but somewhat related. So, like, who is the person who's going to use their Bitcoin to buy Steak and Shake food?
No one.
If you're on the Bitcoin standard, but this BIP 177 push, a part of that push is making Bitcoin to be more spendable because of its unit bias. So I think when you hold an asset that's $103,000, right, it can be a bit awkward to go and try to buy everyday goods. So if you're thinking about it as a currency more than just a store of value, like you're gonna pay 0.0001 to fraction buy something. Well, what Jack is talking about, part of this proposal, is switching the unit bias to make Satoshis rebranded as Bitcoins. So that's one. So there's 100 million Satoshis in a Bitcoin. So if this went through, the price of Bitcoin would be literally 0.00103. And then if you have one Bitcoin, now you would have.
Isn't the whole point of Sats?
Well, they're saying like Sats is a bad term. People don't understand it.
Yeah.
And like it sounds like it's something different than Bitcoin when it's not.
It's a little weird, right? What do you think? Like,
there's a lot to unpack. I think from a store of value, like I feel like there's a real like lendiness to Bitcoin that the higher it goes, the safer it feels.
yeah.
So
it's just a little confusing.
You would destroy that with this unit bias switch.
Yeah.
But the flip side of that is like, I mean, stocks do stock splits for a reason, right? And I think I was playing this out in one of the group chats. Like, if let's say the scenario where Bitcoin goes to 500K, are people really going to put $5,000 in and get 0.01 Bitcoin? I think there's something to be said for like accumulating 5,000 satoshis or Bitcoins versus 0.01, and the higher it goes,
No.
more of a mental hurdle that will be. So I think from like a payment currency side, I think it makes a ton of sense. From a store of value, perhaps it does not make as much sense. And I think it's going to be a pretty heavy debate.
Yeah, this is such a good quote. Bitcoin is actually scarce. There are 2.1 quadrillions of them. Like, I think this ruins the narrative of Bitcoin. I actually I don't think it's a good idea. Just let Bitcoin be, yeah? Like, we've got something good going for us in crypto, which is Bitcoin. Like, the one thing this cycle that's really doing really well, dude. I do agree. Someone's commenting it's too early for BIP 177. Imagine the confusion this causes to normies. And then Yevgeny of Wintermute saying, sorry, Jack, but this is peak idiotic. It's preying on unit bias, not at all related to explain how people can buy coffee for Bitcoin. I kind of agree with that. I mean, man, what do you think? Like, you're talking about Bitcoin a lot. This is like,
I think
I don't
this
know.
benefits Jack Mahler a lot. You know, all the Bitcoin whales, as soon as you do this, they're going to be like, you know, this is beneficial for that narrative, but it feels a bit scammy to me. Like, one Bitcoin is one Bitcoin. Just change the fucking unit bias of it.
Why are we trying to fuck with Bitcoin? You know what I mean? So, yeah. I mean, let us know what you guys think about that. But, I don't know. It's so, like, I don't know.
think something like this will happen I think that's one of my hot takes. Maybe not this year. Maybe it's not 100. I think we'll see like micro Bitcoins, like a 1/1000th version. I think we will see something of that nature, just because people want to accumulate more than fractions of decimals. I guess the alternative, and someone said, well, you can buy like IBIT shares, which has their own unit bias, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Which is a little bit more approachable.
Huh. Okay. I like the term sats. I don't know when that just became uncool. 2.1 quadrillion Bitcoin sounds like a shit coin. It's a big no. I mean, it's kind of true, right? You can't turn in Bitcoin.
It does lose its like scarcity a bit when you switch from 21 million to quadrillion.
Okay, that's an interesting one. So when does that, like, is this something put up for vote? Is it like, how do we?
I don't know the details of that, so I'll have to dig in. I think it's a proposal, so it would go up for some kind of a vote. But I would imagine this is something that would have to be lengthy discussion, plus like how would it be implemented? Like there's a lot to unpack.
Would this be the final straw of termination for altcoins?
That's a good question, right? Because it would make.
I mean, you would only need Bitcoin for most of the things crypto does, which is price go up.
Yeah, it would have an impact, I think.
And there would still only be 21 million Bitcoin. You're right, BLA in the comments. That doesn't change anything. It just creates this other, so like denomination for a piece of Bitcoin, a fragment of Bitcoin, or bit, let's call it, right? So something to follow closely, I guess. We'll see what happens. Mando's firing off memes. Oh no, I thought you were firing off memes. And Tyler, what else you got for us today?
Yeah, let's see. I mean, the NFT sales were a big headline over the week. That zombie punk movement 4.0 in the Skull of Lucy. We talked about eighth betas. NFTs in the conversation for ETH beta?
Maybe just punks, yeah.
Are we gonna
like how are other NFTs performing? Let's have a look. We haven't looked at because like that punk Bitcoin ratio is doing well. You know, punk's still high.
Up. We took
by a lot.
We took a little bit of a bath. We took a bath on that ETH up.
Yeah. By the way, this is just such an amazing punk.
That's an iconic zombie.
That's just such a good zombie for $1 million. Good sale. Let's take a look. I mean, let's take a look. How are NFTs even? Let's say on ETH
like
specifically.
Like even on the week, roughly. Like putties are hanging out at 10.
Loading. Hold on. Let me see something. OpenSea. I just want to look at the ETH ones alone, but not even like I know Abstract, for example, has NFTs doing good, but I just want to look specifically on mainnet.
You should
How
be
are
able to see
NFTs?
chains. Yeah,
Chains, just Ethereum. That's it. Okay.
yeah, there we are.
Floor price. Okay. Wait, no, I hate when it does that. I guess we gotta do it by volume. Okay. I don't know, dude.
We're not seeing a huge bid by any means.
It's only punks.
Punk's led, and then you're catching some art bids across, like same Sprat. The rough Canadol collection did well last week.
Oh, dick butts are up. 1.7 ETH.
Those are up.
It's actually wild. Everything's just kind of been stale for the last few years, right? Like Pudgy's at 10 and Apes at 12 seems like what we've seen for a while. Doodles at like 1-ish, Milady, like this is the same price that we've seen for the last 3 years, I feel.
So the wild card is OpenSea token. When are we going to get it?
Yeah, when's that coming?
Man, my gut is like not till Q4.
That's when apps is set to launch, right?
Yeah, if that's the scenario, then I feel like NFTs probably just go sideways.
So you have like Monad, Mega ETH, apps. Maybe MetaMask one day would be nice.
I feel like there's already like farm fatigue.
Mega ETH, Myriad. So this comment is great. CEO said sometime in 2025, so I assume December.
Yeah, December 31st.
December 31st. I'm impressed this Good Vibes Club is holding at 0.7 ETH, by the way.
Wow, yeah, that's a strong core.
I just noticed.
Gotta give them credit for that. So they're
this is impressive because it's a new collection. And what's up with Abstract? Like I keep seeing NFTs on Abstract.
Drew Milios had quite the run.
Yo,
they're back at 0.19.
I had an idea. I kind of want to outsource my idea with people.
Okay.
What if I moved the Rug Radio PFP to Abstract? Because it's on ETH, right? You know there are Corey Van Loo PFPs, Fiscal Web 3. I thought about this the other week. Not that we have time right now, but if we were to have time, should I be migrating this to apps and then giving people like a multiplier on Myriad for having that as a PFP? I'm not moving it to Bitcoin, Bongo. I can see your comment. This is gonna cost like $1 million to do. Like,
why would anyone move anything to?
Dude, Bitcoin shit is dead, bro. Like I still have all my Bongo. Move it to Bitcoin, bro. Thinks like we have like $10 million to spend. Like this alone will cost like $1 million. I'm genuinely speaking, like, do you think I should be migrating this to Abstract?
I think it would catch a bid over on Abstract for sure.
We get nothing out of it. Like it's not like creator revenue is like there's a fee. I'm just saying like maybe for the people. You know what I mean?
Having a connection to Myriad, I think that's interesting. Maybe.
Yeah, like let's say you have this as a PFP on Myriad, and then you like I don't know, get a multiplier for using it, and Abstract is heating up too. Looks like people is excited. People seem excited about it. Yeah. No new collection. I can't drop more tokens. That's for sure. No new collection. That's why I'm thinking that. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of volume on there, and it's working out. What is it? Portal.apps.xyz, right?
I will say this. I feel like there's increasing chatter about Abstract on the timeline.
Yeah, the mindshare is good.
And I don't know that we're quite seeing it objectively in all the asset prices just yet. But there's more folks.
There's some drama this weekend.
With the token that Loki dropped and Rug. I actually missed that.
I don't pay attention as much anymore. I just look and I'm like, look, people are fighting again. And then I just kind of tune out.
Tokens, folks. It's not a great look.
Yeah. No, it looks like there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of meme coins on there doing good. We did like a collaboration with Roach this morning.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Wow, look at this. We're second on all Abstract in terms of upvotes. Featured. Not bad. Yeah. Cooking. We're first in trading. That's crazy.
We gotta get that streamer who claims to be the #1 Myriad better. We're gonna have.
Oh, he is.
we're gonna have to get him either on FOMO or we're gonna have to do a show with him.
We should have him on, dude. He is this. Bro. He broke Myriad. So he made a $750 million points this weekend on a prediction. It broke our leaderboard. That's why it doesn't update. Remember when Gangnam Style broke YouTube because it did too many views? The same thing happened behind. I was looking at the abstract dev chat this morning, Myriad dev chat, and because Sam was like following up like why this is not updating, and they're like, yeah, it broke the leaderboard.
Yeah, we got this guy on. He sounds like a legend, and I need some tips.
Dude, this guy's a fucking Chad, man. It's got 2 billion points.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that would be fun. All right, so let me go and know what you guys think about this idea of the abstract thing. Don't go speculating on our PFPs, okay? Just because I said that. It was just an idea I had. The team doesn't have time to do it, but I'm like, hey, if we find someone to help us with it, like maybe I should just migrate it to abstract. I like what's going on there. You know, I pay attention somewhat to what's happening in NFTs, right, Tyler? And it's like, it's working on abstract, you know? Seems like people want NFTs on L2 right now more than they want it on L1. You know? So
I think it's that, and I think they want to participate in these pre-TGE.
Yeah. Interesting. And then Tyler, I want to ask you what else you got for me.
Yeah, let's take a look at this this TokenWorks FundingWorks NFT that I the one that minted.
Oh, I missed that. I wish I did. Yeah, the 1 ETH mint.
Yeah, so like I saw this on my timeline on Saturday, and there was like 100 minted, and I was like, oh, I'll take a look at this later. And then Saturday evening, I was online, and it was minting out. So actually, I did grab one. So disclosure, I've got one of these. But what's like the idea here behind this model is to back creators with ETH in a new way. So like you're buying these NFTs, 1 ETH each. They're soulbound, so you can't trade them. Less speculative. You are able to burn them to get your ETH back. Over like minus whatever the creator has used. So the creator will be able to unlock the ETH raised via the NFT sale over time. I think 7% unlocked immediately, and the rest like streams unlocks an investing model streamed over time. So they don't get all the capital up front. So I think how it's different, no flipping, no secondary market. There's not really a whole lot of like promises of return. But you are effectively betting on this creator versus betting on a specific product or project.
Okay.
The first project is called FundingWorks. And the idea here, they call themselves a studio for on-chain financialized art. And the NFT holders will be able to help guide the future direction of the studio. So I think the idea is by supporting that collection, you've helped. In some ways, it is kind of like a Kickstarter model, I guess.
Interesting.
And I mean, it's kind of dancing around like the whole securities, what's a security, what's not a security conversation. But the idea would be as they roll out new projects, new products, as an NFT holder, you would get first access to that and would have some ability to participate in potential upside there. So it's a new model. I saw a lot of folks kind of rallying around it. So it's going to take time to play out, but I think it's one to watch. And it's a group that's doing something a little bit different. So I think just put it on your radar.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. All right. Whoa, market's not bad.
Yeah. There wasn't a lot else. I think like
not much.
The Believe app ecosystem, it's surviving. So I think the calls of its death were perhaps a little premature.
Yeah, I don't have any skin in that game. I was away. I missed the whole move. But I it's such a classic to want something to die the second it launches in the space.
Can I just do my little vent on this?
Please go ahead.
I think we spent this whole last couple of years, folks want more apps in crypto. There's too much infrastructure. There's not enough to do. We have a new app that's trying to attract real talented builders from Web 2 and bring them into the crypto space. And everyone immediately seemingly gets up in arms and says, no, you're just coming to extract from us. This is not the way we want it. And I don't know. I feel like this is, if you want new crypto apps and products, like this seems like a decent way to do that. I'm not saying it's the perfect way, but we've already seen more like of this cohort of builders come and flock to crypto in the last week and a half.
Yeah.
And I think we saw like in months, and I've seen the argument that it's, we want more crypto natives, but if you want to grow the pie, if you want to make this a larger pond, with more players, I think you have to figure out ways to attract folks from outside our core bubble to bring new ideas in. So I think I'm not saying go buy it. I'm not saying it's worth $200 million. I'm saying maybe just be open to it and just like let it play out for more than a week before you condemn it as an extraction scam.
Yeah. You know what it is? I think it's because everything does need a token. And I think the tokenization of it is what leaves people feeling some type of way. Like kind of like gaming.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So I agree with you, by the way. Then that's why I made the comment I made. So everything is something new. We feel the need to like bash it. But then I look back at like crypto gaming and the reason why gamers hate it. And it's because people game on a good experience, right?
Mhm.
They don't need a token. And then when you tokenize the game, it ruins the experience and then brings all these farmers and also it's low quality very often. And then the whole game is led by whether a token goes up or not. And the second the token goes down, the experience goes down with it. Same, you could apply that to product. And it's like, hey, could we argue that these products don't need to be tokenized? And then the second, like, why does this worm game need a token? And why does a worm game that you showed me last week need a token that's worth a 20 mil? Let's be honest, it's probably worth like, it couldn't even raise at that amount, right? But again, if people want to speculate on it, it's their problem. So there's both sides of the metal too. It's like, yeah, sure, it doesn't need a token, but also, hey, there's a token in case people want to speculate on it, which brings attention. Because tokenization is just attention, right? It's just a marketing material.
Yeah.
So, and then, but the thing is, the worm game, let's say it's really good and it breaks through. What happens if the guy keeps building, but token goes to zero? People start paying attention to the thing. Therefore, the guys start paying attention to it as well. And then there's the other part of like, well, people will say, well, yeah, the Believe app, you're saying there's a lot of great founders it's trying to bring forward, Tyler, but you could argue also it brings a lot of like failed startups that are just trying to like,
Sure.
It's like, hey, like I fucked my startup's a failure. Let me just like relaunch it as like a Believe app token and get people talking about internet capital markets again. So it's a weird thing, right? It's like, I think it's like, I don't know whose fault it is. I don't know. Is it the participants? Is it the people that are pushing the narrative? Is it the founder? Like, I don't know. Can't put my finger on it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of noise. I'm looking at there's 21,000 tokens that have launched. So of course
Right.
there's not 21,000 good products. In fact, I think there's probably a handful, right? Probably less than a dozen. Like what I'll call good apps or products. But that's still a decent amount right, to be added in this ecosystem in just a short period of time. As for why you need the token, I mean, you need some kind of incentive to get these guys in the door, right? To come launch on this app. And maybe there are better incentive models out there, but this one seems decent and it is at least working here on the short term to get folks in the door. But at the end of the day, the apps need to be good, or else it's just like a house of cards, right? They need to be good apps, and they need to figure out some kind of integration that makes sense for the potential token or a way to have a community of token holders be engaged in the future of the app. And no one's unlocked that yet, but it's still early. I think my whole point is just give them time. Like let's see if someone can figure this out.
Yeah, that I agree. I guess we'll see, man. You just need a few that stand out and it's done. You know what I mean? And also people don't have to buy them all. So it's also the participant. But I think it's crazy to try and knock the Believe app or something for trying something new. Like, this is cool. Fuck it. It's bringing attention to it. And that's that, it's like a pump fund, but for it's a pump fund, but for products. And
I would argue that you shouldn't be buying any of these new tokens until you've had a chance to like do.
Yeah, but you know people don't do that. You know what I mean?
If you don't, then just don't complain. It's like, so then,
Exactly.
you're just playing a meme coin game.
Yeah.
You just know the game you're playing, and it's rocket game.
In a way, that's kind of what I like about these things is that you can play the game different ways. You can be the investor that looks into it and decides to take a position, let's say a week after. So like, hey, I'll buy in at like $10 million market cap, but like at least I'll go with a good position. And then because I like the product, you can be the meme coin gambler, which is like, fuck it, I'll buy 21,000 tokens. Like I'll just buy them all and see what sticks. And then you can be just the sideliner that just like, you know, just looks at it and see if it sticks, and then just invest in the Believe app itself, like the Believe token, right? What is it called? The
Launch coin.
Launch coin,
Yeah.
because it's the launch pad for it all. So it's interesting. We'll see if it sticks, and I hope it does, because you know we need more of those things on here for sure. Anyways, so a little conversation. The code today is ATH rafflebot.xyz. Rafflebots.xyz, code ATH. You go to rafflebot.xyz, yeet.com, sign up using our code FOMO hour, place a bet, and you'll be able to you'll be able to come and win some money. I didn't realize today was a holiday in Canada.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What's the holiday?
I think it's Victoria Day.
Hmm.
I think we're still like ruled by the Queen, right? Or the King, that is. So yeah, it is Victoria. All right, let's pick a winner.
Let's do
Pick
it.
Diego. I mean, I hope you win, Diego. We'll see. Let's see. And then we'll pick a game.
We're back over 104. How about that?
Love
Short
that.
dip.
As long as we stay above that line, you know, we're looking good. We're looking good. Okay, P-Man. Oh, a mask. Look at that.
There.
I love the mask. I love the mask. Let's
He is
go,
a good
baby.
friend of mine.
Is he? Let's go.
Long-time listener.
Oh, that's Perilous.
Perilous. We
I-
did a show.
I know Perilous.
We did a meme show back about the memes of 6529 back like 3 years ago.
I know Perilous. I didn't realize it was Perilous. Perilous, that punk number 180. Oh, yeah, you were punk. Yeah. Because he changed the PFP. That's why I was like, oh, it was P-Man. I know Perilous. He's on here. Let's see. That's really cool. I love that. All right.
Let's get him up.
All right, let's get him up. Yeah, he's connecting. What up, P-Man? What up, Perilous? How you doing?
GM. Good morning, everybody.
How you doing?
I'm great. Very excited to be here.
Love that. Well, congrats. You already won $500. That's for sure. That's a lock. And let's see if we can make you some more money. Should we do some coin race, or what do we want to do? Perilous, are you watching us on video or are you on audio?
I am on audio right now.
Okay, so let's do coin race then. It's easier. So what do we do, Tyler? Okay. So Perilous, what we'll do is you have $500 to spend. We'll do 200, 300. So you can do 200 on Fartcoin, and then or pick 2 coins and you can split it.
All right.
You pick your 2 coins. Actually, it's easier.
Do you know the 5 coins, Perry? P-Man?
I think it's like Bitcoin, Fartcoin, Solana, Ethereum.
Yeah. So basically, Bitcoin is 2 to 1. Then you have Solana, ETH is like 3 to 1. Then you have Solana usually like 5 to 1, Dogecoin 10 to 1, and Fartcoin is like anywhere from 40 to 70 to 1. So obviously, the higher it gets, the more dangerous it is.
Sure. So let's go safe first with Bitcoin, and then we'll go with my second favorite coin, Ethereum.
How do you want to
Okay. Keeping it safe. I love it. We'll do 250, 250. All right. 1 second. Bitcoin just won a race as well.
All right.
All right.
He's going conservative.
He's going conservative. I respect it.
Yeah,
I respect it.
Yeah,
There you go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's make some money, baby.
Come on, Perry, let's win. Let's get a win here.
It's money time. Let's go. Run it. The music's so good.
Oh, I don't think we can hear music, but it's all right.
You can't hear it on. Oh,
Roll
no.
it.
Ethereum got
Ethan
shot right
already.
away.
Oh no.
What?
Rug.
Oh man. If Fartcoin wins, that would be good.
Oh,
All right.
Down goes Doge.
We're still up.
Oh, no, wait. Don't tell me Fartcoin wins here. Oh, Bitcoin. There you go. And
Oh my, that was close.
there you
won.
go.
All right.
All right. You want a nice little
564.
2.25x.
Congratulations, Perilous. You won 564. You won $1,000. You won over $1,000 today on the show.
Hell yeah. Thanks, guys.
How
Hell
about
yeah.
that?
Congratulations. Wow. That was quite the race. All right. Well, lads, we'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for another episode of FOMO Hour on Rock Radio. Let's go.